talking about like this culture and everything, do you feel
Mhm.
do you see how can I say, like we're back to Dublin, and now you
Yeah.
start working again here. So you
Mhm.
went from these 4 years that you've been in Cayman Island and came back. Do you see
Mhm.
that it's something that's it's trending? What is the main difference nowadays on your day to day work that you see that there was something that was like high look before and now it's not much in
Mhm.
demand anymore? So like what is the current trends that you're seeing like rising, and the difference between the when you depart Ireland and
Yeah.
now when you came back?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there's definitely an awful lot more JavaScript
Yes.
frameworks.
All
I'm
right.
seeing there's so many different languages now that I'm dealing with. But
Right.
yeah, like that would be like there's definitely technology changes, obviously. Like it's always moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely would be one thing. But I suppose like even in terms of the markets that are recruiting at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
that has probably changed a little bit, and even has changed and evolved over the last 3 or 4 years. Because you would have seen a lot of like software product companies and things that were hiring, and obviously Ireland went through such a big tech boom over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now I think that maybe has settled off a small bit, and we're
Uh-huh.
seeing a lot of recruitment within like the insurance, reinsurance, those type of industries,
I
which
see.
maybe I wouldn't have been as busy there like 4 or 5 years ago that I would have seen. So there's definitely changes there, and then also in the types of candidates, like it's definitely very, very diverse industry now, maybe
Mm-hmm.
even more so than it was a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Companies are happy, like, even bringing candidates over from, overseas, things like that. Like, if there are candidates there, and obviously like there are your work permit restrictions and visa restrictions and things, but definitely like there's an appetite there that companies are happy
Mm-hmm.
to take people, with good solid skill sets. So they're definitely like there are changes, like there's a lot of similarities as well, lots of the same faces,
Yeah.
but things have evolved, I think, over the last few years in terms of technologies and things that companies are using and that side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, certainly like there's always things to kind of get used to again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. So and
Mm-hmm.
well, through the last years, like for the last 7 to 8 years,
Yeah.
Ireland has become like we talked before. There has become this place where a lot of people from outside Ireland came over
Mm-hmm.
and start working in tech, and
Yeah.
Ireland was attracting a lot of like tech talents to the country.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one of the things that I I feel like the companies were struggling were to fill job positions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today
Yeah.
it's a little bit, but I believe that the struggle is still truth and it's still the same problem. So
Mm-hmm.
you that work on this part, that you have to attract the talents, you have to source the talents, you have to
Yeah.
attract them. And sometimes you see that the talents in Ireland, they're not enough like to reach
Mm-hmm.
out, and you have to reach out all
Yeah.
the communities. So how
Yeah.
do you, how can I ask that? How is the way that you find the best, like the strategies that you use to attract international
Mm-hmm.
talents to apply for jobs in Ireland and apply for a new position here?
Yeah, well, without giving away all my
Yeah,
secrets
I can't.
now,
Yeah, don't give a secret sauce now.
all the secrets. But no, definitely. And I think I learned a lot from Cayman for that, because we had to actually, like, there was a huge amount of, it wasn't known as a technology hub. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a huge amount required in terms of actually getting candidates interested in Cayman and bringing people over. So
Mm-hmm.
I think bringing that back to Ireland has been super, super relevant. And like
Mm-hmm.
a large proportion of that would be actually getting the name out there, as no matter where it is you're recruiting for. So at the moment, it's just kind of getting Dublin. Like Dublin is known already as a tech hub,
Mm-hmm.
but certainly, there would be some kind of preconceptions, I suppose, in the market there among certain candidates from certain countries, that maybe it's very expensive, or that it's difficult to get over, different things like that. So it's really just getting the word out there of, where the needs are within IT,
Mm-hmm.
and, kind of getting that across to candidates. So like a large proportion for us would be actually reaching out to candidates, like headhunting candidates from different jurisdictions, letting them know what the process is like, just kind of being very upfront with people,
Mm-hmm.
and letting them know, what's involved in actually making a move. So that is a big thing, I think, is actually kind of getting the word out there to candidates that
Mm-hmm.
it is a place that, there are lots of tech jobs. It hasn't necessarily slowed down too much. Like there
Mm-hmm.
still is a need for for strong, especially within the software engineering space. There's still a need for
Mm.
strong talent there. So that's a big thing. And
Yeah.
then, just events, things like that, like anything that will bring Ireland to the fore in terms of like software engineering roles that people know that there's a need out there.
Hmm. Yeah. And then have you seen any other market right now? Because you work for Morgan McKinney, and Morgan McKinney is an
Yes,
international
I
recruitment
do.
company. And
Yes, yeah.
you see nowadays there is any other country in Europe that actually are better, not better, but like there is more traction towards hiring right now? Or you feel Ireland's still in the forefront of hiring on the tech space at the moment?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. I think that Ireland is still very much on the forefront, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have a lot of things going for us in terms of the tech industry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still like, whilst what you see in the media is that there hasn't, there's a lot of layoffs and things like that, unfortunately. But at the same time, there are lots of companies there who are hiring. So
Mm.
I think it still remains kind of fairly front and center within European locations. You are seeing certain candidates, like the likes of the Netherlands and things like that, are doing lots of good stuff within IT as well.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly there are some candidates going to jurisdictions like that. And then, like if you look outside of Europe, there's definitely a lot of hiring in certain places as well.
Yeah.
But for a lot of candidates, like European candidates especially, like Ireland does remain very much as a vibrant place, and like as a location in itself, it's a very attractive option for a lot of people to
Mm.
relocate to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's going anywhere in terms of tech opportunities, and I think there's still a big appetite, a very strong appetite out there within the tech community to kind of move to Ireland and continue to grow it as a tech hub as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I think it is still very, very strong in terms of, especially among its kind of European counterparts anyway.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And well, one of the things that I saw recently, right? I run
Yeah,
this group called IT in Dublin, and
yeah,
recently one of the most shift and changes that I saw from Brazilians, they're coming to Ireland and they're looking for a new job. Is most of
yeah.
them they didn't resign for the job position back in Brazil. They are able to
Hmm.
work from home here in
Yeah,
Ireland while they're looking for a
which
new
is
job.
great.
It's
Yeah,
amazing. It's amazing.
yeah, yeah.
And one of the most thing that I think that's a shift now is that non-Europeans like Brazilians, they'll be able to work from home while they're looking for a new job and get
Hmm.
their visa. Is that now they don't need anymore to accept any job offer. So
Yeah,
they're not accepting like just a job offer to get the visa. Sometimes
yeah,
they do, but most of the time they don't, and
yeah,
they are pursuing a better pay. So
yeah,
one of the, yeah, and but then one of the things that we see now is a lot of companies they not accepting, not giving much of the job offer, because like Brazilians
hmm,
should be such a powerful talent for a
yeah,
low value, so it's a very good return on
yeah.
investment.
They were
So
spoiled before.
exactly. And
Yeah.
one of the things that I don't know if you have this before, you understand, you
Hmm.
see now, like when you see a non-European apply for a job position, if they are in a
Yeah,
better position now, they can actually negotiate a better salary. So
yeah.